Hey everybody, Paul Fleming with FPN Outdoors. I am I'm co-hostless today. Jason is out at a at some concert or whatever. I guess concerts were more important than FPN Outdoors. But I am joined with Captain Anthony and Kristopher from Team Pocket Change Inshore Charters.
We appreciate it, definitely.
Nice to be here.
Yep.
How's the fishing been, guys?
Great, real good. Yep, redfish bite, snook bite has been on fire for most of the week so far for us. So we've been doing pretty well.
That's good. Because I don't ever get to go fishing anymore. So I have to kind of live vicariously through everybody else.
We trade spots. I mean, Chris could just hang out at the house if you want to mate on the boat, for a little bit.
I might take you up on that. That's for sure.
I might
take
use a day off.
I bet you can.
Or I can use a day where I can actually fish.
Yeah, ever since Jason and I started FPN Outdoors, it's like we don't ever get to go fishing anymore. I'm looking forward to getting back on the boat with my original king fishing team in the fall. So I think they're going to be happy to have me back. They've threatened me with bodily harm if I didn't come back at the end of this year. So today we're going to jump in. We're going to do a little house cleaning first. We're going to talk about our upcoming event this Saturday, FishKids. That thing is really shaping up to be a really good event. Anthony and Kristopher have been at our last couple committee meetings, and we're finally zeroing down on this thing. So we've got some changes from the last few years. Last few years we've had 3 different heats, fished all the kids. This year we're starting to see a massive amount of kids coming in. Usually we only have 140 or 150 kids pre-register, and then we have a ton of walk-ins. We're up to almost 180 kids.
Wow, that's awesome.
Pre-registered by today. So it's going to get. I think we're going to have a lot of kids there. I think we'll be at the 300 mark. At least.
That's
it's gonna
really
be a fun
good.
event.
Oh, it is. I'm glad we're going to be there this year.
I'm so stoked for Saturday.
Yeah, we're really wanting to do this. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's always a fun event. I enjoy it. So this year, if you've pre-registered, so for those of you who are watching that have your kids coming out, if you've pre-registered, check-in will start at 9 o'clock in the morning. You'll go to the Angler Armory trailer to check in, and what we're going to do is we're going to take that, whatever the number is tomorrow or Friday, of pre-register kids, we're going to come up with a kind of a middle number, and we're going to cut that for heat 1. So it's a first come, first serve. Whoever gets there and checks in first up to that number will fish heat 1, and then everybody else will fish heat 2. So we'll start fishing heat 1 at 10 o'clock, and they fish for 45 minutes, 10 to 10:45. Yep. And then that gives us some time to get, heat 2 to the wall, swap them out, and then heat 2 goes on from 11 to 11:45. Anybody who is just joining in that maybe hasn't heard of this event, it's at Rock Park in Madeira Beach. So it's right there where King of the Beach is always held.
Beautiful venue.
And we'll be there Saturday from 8 to 3. Gates will open at 8 o'clock. We've got a ton of vendors for the kids. God, I'm trying to think. We've got the Water Ventures Learning Labs going to be out there. You guys will be out there with. You guys are doing some.
We'll do some seminars, some knot tying, maybe some casting and some demonstration stuff. You know?
Chasten Woodfield.
That's cool.
From Chasten Nation.
Really
She'll be out there. She always does a lot with the cast netting.
That's awesome.
Fletcher's Custom Rods is going to be out there. They're going to build a custom rod while they're out there and show the kids how they do that.
Yep.
A couple Kingfish teams, the Wood Butcher fishing team, Team Pro Marine, they'll be out there with their boats. Actually, I think we're talking about trying to bring our 47 sport yacht with the quad 400s.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Our Kingfish boat down by water, because you can't trailer that stuff.
No.
Yeah,
that's not going through the gate.
Yeah, that's not fitting.
That's definitely not going through the gate. So, but then obviously there's a fishing tournament that we do for the kids, and you can go to the fishkids.org website and sign them up, or you can go to anglerarmory.com. There's 2 different ways to register your kids, and definitely get in and register them, because they're entered to get into a raffle. We've got a ton of raffle prizes already starting to come in.
That's good.
We've got some stuff from the Buccaneers this year. We've got rods and reels from the Folsom group that were donated.
Yep.
And usually we end up, I think last year we had 17 bikes that we gave away. 15 or 17 bikes that we gave away, and scooters and kayaks.
That's really nice.
Our poor our poor title sponsor, Coastal Wealth, Mike from Coastal Wealth. He brought a snow cone machine out last year, and it was so hot.
I bet you he was
and
busy.
this poor guy was
He probably couldn't keep up.
He looked like a one-armed paper hanger, just trying to sling snow cones.
Oh, jeez.
And it was, I mean, he was drenched from head to toe from melted shaved ice, and it was just, it was hilarious. I wish I could have gotten more pictures of that because it was definitely really fun. So definitely going to be a fun event. Looking forward to all the vendors because we've got a lot of vendors this year. And we've got some demonstrations by the Madeira Beach Fire Rescue. They're going to bring out their rescue jet skis.
Very nice.
I don't know, I'm not a big jet ski guy. Get on them every once in a blue moon, but
Yeah, same here.
You know how we feel about those.
Absolutely. Water nats,
Yeah.
But I was talking to them, and where their firehouse is at, right by the city hall.
Yep.
So their beach is across the street, so you just kind of can't drive them across land, and it's hard to launch them, by beach sometimes. They drop them in, but these things are like souped up, and from what I understand, they can drop them in. From the time they drop in, they can be beachside in less than 5 minutes.
Wow,
that's quick. That's quick. That's pretty quick.
Now, I'm not a jet ski guy, but I wouldn't mind riding on that. That's going to be pretty cool.
I've been on a couple, and it's pretty scary when you get them big. I don't know what the sizes are, but I rode one time, and the guy's like, no, go faster. It'll go 80. And I'm like, no, I'm fast enough at 68.
That's funny. Trying to see here. Oh, look, there's my picture. Trying to check in and see if there's anybody on here asking any questions. So if you've got any questions, there is a little bit of a delay. So anybody that's tuning in and watching, if you've got questions about the event, feel free to type them in. We're kind of keeping an eye on that. So tell me about your charter business.
So Pocket Change Inshore Fishing Charters, we kind of started the whole business on helping out a lot of disabled veterans that that we couldn't. I was getting the calls for not able to try to get them on the boat with wheelchairs. So we came up with some ideas and came up with this wonderful idea, and we're able to get them on the boat. We got ramps that that connect to the front of the boat, and
that's cool.
Yeah, it is. Aluminum ramps. I mean, it's pretty top notch.
ADA compliant.
Yeah, we're ADA compliant. We have all the restraints that connect to the chairs. I mean, once these guys are locked in, they're locked in. The chair does not move.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's really it's a really good thing that we figured it all out.
Yeah, and it's you think about it. You get veterans or just anybody who's disabled. We talk a lot about Sheila Tramontana and the Tighten the Drag tournament, which is coming up in September.
Yep.
And you're talking to kids and veterans that are disabled, and they just a lot of them
they want to fish too.
Oh yeah, they want to fish.
And a lot of them have there's actually a gentleman now that has fished our Tighten the Drag tournament, and he ended up having an accident, and now he's in a wheelchair. Yep. So it's important to be able to get those guys out.
Oh yeah, I mean the thing is it's seeing their smile on the face when the wind hits them in their face. You know what I mean? When their face lights up as soon as they feel that. It's a whole nother feeling when you're able to see something like that.
Yeah, actually, my co-host Jason actually had an experience at the last Tighten the Drag tournament. It's very similar to what you're saying, and they were having a hard time catching fish, and he was out there to film it and get all kinds of good content for it and everything else, and things never go right.
No, of course not.
And that's just the way it goes. And this one kid that was on the boat, he was talking to Jason. And he looked at it. He says, "Man," he says, "it just feels so good to be out here with the wind on my face."
Yeah.
And it just puts everything into perspective right there.
I hear it all the time. I hear it all the time. Just when you see it, it's like it's an eye opener. It really is. It's an eye opener.
Yeah.
It's
wow.
And
also when you have a day like that, and whatever was going on at home that day.
Yeah.
Because we all have we all think we have these troubles or something that may seem like it's a catastrophe at the moment.
Exactly.
You got all these worries and cares and things that are going on, and then something like that happens, and it just makes you count your blessings.
Yeah, for sure.
And realize how lucky we all are.
Mm-hmm.
And you go home and you hug your wife's neck and give her a kiss.
Yeah.
And
it's definitely a humbling
kid,
experience.
yeah.
100% definitely humbling. I mean, we've done it. I've been a part of Tighten the Drag probably for the last 5 or 6 years, and it's just it's a humbling experience. I enjoy every minute of it. And I've gotten really involved with the Reeling Freedom Foundation, who takes disabled veterans out, or just veterans and first responders, and it's always great when you can get a disabled vet out on the water.
Oh yeah, we've had what did we have a group this week?
There were 3 of them.
3 of them. Yeah, we had 3 of them this week. Disabled veterans that we took out, and that one of them hasn't caught a redfish in how long, and his first hookup was a redfish.
36-inch
yeah,
red.
36 inch
First cast
of
the morning.
First cast
of the morning.
36-inch red.
We can't ask for anything more than that.
We came in, put the trolling motor down, looked and went,
whoa.
Look at all them pumpkins. Put the power pole down. Get some baits. Go.
Let's go. First cast, first fish.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's some days it's like that where it's everything is perfect. You know what I mean? But then you do have them days where you're banging your head on the side of the boat like, come on, let's go. Where are these fish at? But most of the time we're on them. We're on them. We got them.
Well, that's good. I mean,
we'll find them.
Yeah, I mean, so what happens when you get those slow days? I mean, how do you recover from those?
Well, Chris is a comedian, so it's we bring Chris along. Just
failed comedian. That's why it works on the boat.
It works on the boat. We have a really good, enjoyable time on the boat. Either if we're not catching fish or not, we have a great time on the boat. I mean, it happens. It happens.
It's fishing.
It is.
It's fishing. It's not catching. That's for sure.
If it was catching, like I tell everybody, I would probably be, everybody would be the top guides around here. You know what I mean? If we were all catching.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And the biggest thing is the people know when we're out there that we're trying. It's never put them overboard. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
If it ain't happening, we're moving.
Yeah.
We're going to try something else. We're going to try and figure it out.
We will find them.
We're not going to ever just go out there and go, what can we do to kill 2 more hours so we can get this trip?
It's not like that.
We want you to have as good of a time as possible. We want it's a wholesome party on the water when you come out with us.
It is. It is.
So I'm looking at comments here, and John Brooks.
Oh my gosh!
John.
He says, did Chris just say pumpkins?
Good old John. Good old John.
How about shoulders? You like that one, John?
There you go.
That fish got shoulders.
The one that we caught today had shoulders. That's for sure.
Oh, goodness.
Almost a 40-inch redfish today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good fish.
It was ticking 40.
Yeah, it was right there. It was close.
I was talking to John before the show. He said, "Tell Anthony to stop being cheap and buy a board so we can actually lay them on there instead of having to put them up on the
yeah.
Oh, I think I saw some of your videos holding fish. Is that where you have your rule on the side?
He said, "Buy a tournament board and actually lay them there."
Yeah, I think that's what we'll have to. I think that's what we'll have to do.
That's funny. So let's talk about the unhappy topic that everybody's been talking about is red tide. Red tide. You guys are out daily.
Yeah, we're out.
And you're fishing up in the Tampa Bay area, right?
Yep, we're fishing North Bay. We're all of us guides are praying that it doesn't.
Have you seen anything? Have you seen any fish kills or anything?
I haven't seen anything yet. Friday I got a trip out at up by the Skyway. On Friday we're gonna run out there and I'll probably get a closer look of it. I would imagine if it's already working its way up to the mouth. Yeah, I was
talking to a friend of mine who's in the Anna Maria area, and he said it's starting to get there, and it's starting to really be it's starting to show its presence.
Yep.
Actually, I have a picture here from the FWC. Max, if you pull it up on my computer real quick, and it shows the red dots are obviously the more severe areas. And you can look at this yellow dot that's right up at the mouth of the bay in that Anna Maria area, and that's scary. I mean, this is some crazy stuff. So.
Yeah, it is. It really is. We haven't seen it up in this way it's been a while. It's been a while.
I mean, that map pretty much says it all. I mean, I don't know. It's what are your thoughts with the with the green algae blooms that are coming out of the rivers and everything. You think that's intensifying this, or?
I think it's fueling it a little bit. I think it's fueling it, but the water is hot. And that's the number one thing is, it's how it starts. With the hot water, this rain.
Yeah.
All the runoff coming off the streets, off the lawns, fertilizer, that type of stuff.
Yeah. My belief is that the green algae blooms are just intensifying it.
Yeah, definitely.
I hear mixed reviews. I think a lot of it's politically motivated.
Yeah.
What side you are politically motivates what side you believe.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people say, "Hey, it's just a natural thing. It happens from time to time. It's part of the cycle. It's supposed to happen." I don't know if I believe that completely. I don't know if I want to believe that it's 100%. But I will say that. I would say that our business has been on the uptick because of how bad it's been on the other coast, and you've seen what's happened to the Mosquito Lagoon and all of those areas. I don't want to see that here.
No,
none of us want to see that here.
No.
And if we can actually get some strong data or data, however you want to say it, that will support what's causing this, and if we know that it's definitely these algae blooms, we need to get something done in Tallahassee and save this, because people come to Florida for these beautiful coasts, these beautiful
the
shorelines,
beaches,
for the fishing.
The fishing.
They don't just come here for Mickey Mouse Land.
Yeah.
And if we don't do something about it now and figure it out, and I don't care I don't care whether you're Republican, Democrat, what your views are on this view or that view, we all live in Florida.
Yeah.
We
it's killing fish, it's killing manatees.
We need to get out there and get this vote that coming up here and in the coming future to protect what's going to protect all of our livelihoods and what's good for this state as a whole. Yeah. And if we don't have clean water and we don't have fish, people ain't coming to the state.
No, and
and that's what we
we're based
what we
on
all
tourism.
live on.
That's for sure.
Exactly. That's how we all pay the bills. All those guides.
Yeah, when you look at the statistics, the last really, really, really bad red tide was probably 3 years ago.
Yep.
And you hate to just kind of put all these things together, but that was the same time we were talking about green algae blooms coming out of the rivers and coming out of the lake, and so yes, we have them. It happens. Algae is bacteria. It grows in warm water, but it just seems that when they start discharging this green algae,
they coincide.
It's just more of an intense kill. When you look at red tide as just red tide, when was the last time that there was a small red tide and you heard of manatees and all this other stuff?
A whale shark.
Yeah.
A whale shark dying.
It's just crazy the amount of wildlife that's dying.
Yep.
It's we definitely need to get something done about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and the fact that people want to ignore it or try and blow it off, or certain corporations, their pockets are more important because they pay the politicians, or certain not to get too political on it, but that's just ridiculous. It's not.
Well,
it's unacceptable.
The unfortunate truth is no matter what topic you're talking about, there's politics in everything.
Yeah.
And it's that's kind of the problem, I think, is that too many people don't want to get political about it. And I think at this point in the venture here, we need to we've got to get political about it. We've got to state our name in this, and we've got as anglers, as fishermen, as just residents of Florida, as you put. This is our homeland. This is where we live. This is where we work. And if we don't do something about it, we're gonna have some problems here in the future. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And you look at you look at what breeds algae is heat.
Yeah.
And warm water.
Yeah.
We've got no sign of that subsiding yet either. So
no, not yet.
Yeah. I don't know what the quick fix is here.
I don't think there is a quick fix.
I don't think there is either. Unless you get a big storm that blows it all offshore. And if that even if
Yeah, well,
we don't need a big.
yeah,
But I know what you're saying.
If you think about it, though, look what happens with these big storms that come in. They usually blow everything inward.
yeah, yep.
Which is going to
depending on how it comes up.
Yeah,
but
it depends how it comes up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it usually forces that stuff further up in the bay.
Yep.
I mean, if you got a decent storm that comes across the state, we might have a shot. Yeah,
a chance, but you
get the water to evac the bay like it did during Irma, man. I mean, you take everything out. You about could have walked across to Apollo Beach.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That was crazy.
Swim the small channel and then you were fine.
Yeah, it's sad. Very sad.
Gene saying we need a north wind. That would definitely help.
Definitely.
That would definitely help.
But once again, we aren't going to get sustained north winds until we get fronts that are starting to come through, and the fronts ain't going to start coming through for months.
Yeah, we've got some time. We've got some time. Which, and the thing that worries me is here we are. We're in August. October's not far away.
No.
And even in September, we've got inshore tournaments starting to fire up in September.
Definitely.
And September and October, and then we start rolling into kingfish tournaments, and it's scary just thinking about where if you look at the impacted area. Look at the impacted area already.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, the kingfish tournaments are generally offshore, but you got to get your bait through it.
Yeah.
You got
to catch your bait.
You got to catch your bait.
Pretty much inshore. You know what I mean? And
well, if you think about how everybody preps for kingfish tournaments, they're going offshore, they're catching bait.
Yeah.
And then they're bringing it in and they're penning it up inside.
Yep.
You talk about a hectic day if you got to go out and check out and then go catch bait and then go start fishing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really gonna impact the tournament industry here if this thing just keeps getting worse.
Definitely.
I'm honestly at a loss for what I mean. You're just painting a very dire picture right now.
It is, but
yeah,
we've got to try and do something. Now I think I think there's a Hands Across the Sands in Madeira Beach on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Which is in support of clean water. Now there's also an organization, Captains for Clear Water.
Yeah.
Are you guys part of that?
Yep.
So are they planning any kind of events or anything to spread the word? Do you know?
No, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure yet. I haven't looked today to see if there's anything going on, but if there is, we'll be there. That's
Yeah, I'd love to know if they've got things going and trying to get something going for that, because I mean, I love tournament fishing. I love fishing in general. I don't get to do much of it, but
yeah,
I want to know that if I got a chance to go fishing, that I can go and not have to worry about all that stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I guess at this point we can just kind of hope and pray that it just kind of stays where it's at and doesn't come in.
Yeah, that's
it's the only thing we can do at this point.
Yeah.
It is.
Other than on the active part of getting the word out to people to get things to change in Tallahassee, to get things changed throughout the state, so that maybe it's too late for this year and we're going to have to go through a almost like a cleansing process.
Yeah.
But so that for our kids
Yeah.
and our futures and
Yep.
and everything, to be able to have clean water and be able to have fish to fish.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Well, that's
Absolutely right.
That's why I'm really glad that we're going to have the Water Ventures crew back out, because the very first year we had them, they weren't able to join us last year for FishKids, but it's a huge 18-wheeler that we bring in on the footprint, and it's a learning lab, and it's all
nice.
hands-on. It teaches them about the Florida's aquifer and the
that's a really
water
good program,
management and everything else. So it's teaching these kids young about our resources, and I really don't think we have enough programs for kids to really get them into the conservation side of it. I mean, it's
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's 100% right, because I remember growing up and taking resources for granted and not understanding my impact upon and it's just me, it's just one fish, it's just and don't get me wrong, I'm the farthest one that's not a tree hugger. I want to take fish home and eat it, and I'd rather eat fresh fish that I've taken, but I don't need to take my limit every time. I can take what I just need for dinner.
That's just, that's like,
and people need to realize that they're just there just isn't there isn't always a reason to have to kill everything that you can
No,
kill.
absolutely. Yeah.
You know, at the same time, we all want fresh fish.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I'd much rather. Why am I gonna? I love to eat fish. Why am I gonna? Oh, let me just put this fish back in the water. Now I'm gonna go over to Albertsons or Winn-Dixie or
and
Save on
go
Seafood and go pay for.
Well, I mean, I think that's a different. If you're catching fish to take home and to eat, and it's for your family, and you're not just killing to kill it and to stock you. I mean, that's a different story. Because I'm definitely for that. You know, I'm all for it because I love fish. I don't get enough of it because my wife doesn't eat it. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
But you know, I love fresh fish myself. So yeah, if I go out and I catch fish, I'm gonna take it home.
But what I was saying is like how you said, as a kid, there's not enough programs because as a kid, when I was out, heck yeah, I got keepers. Let's stock the freezer.
Yeah.
Well,
there's just
it's totally different.
Back
now.
in the day,
I know
our conservation learning came from our parents that came out and took us out fishing and did all that.
Yeah.
So, you know, unfortunately nowadays, you know, this younger generation, they're glued to video games and cell phones. I mean, it's becoming
it's a whole different.
It's becoming like an antisocial world with these kids. So. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole reason why we started FishKids 3 years ago, was to get them off the games for a day and spend some time with your family and come learn something, have fun.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, my son, if you're out there listening, Aiden, you're going to be fishing. You're not going to be on your video game Saturday.
That's it. I keep talking about it every year in our committee meetings. At some point, I'm going to get myself a cell phone jammer and just like jam the signal at FishKids.
Yep.
Just so they go, it won't work.
Yep.
You know, but I'll tell you, I mean, this will be your first year out there. You know, we get a lot of compliments because once these kids get there, they don't even think about that stuff. There's so much for them to do. There's the splash park and
that's
all
good.
the different vendors to go through and the raffles and the fishing. And, you know, it's funny because most of the time we get the, man, how many kids did you say were there? It's like you never would have realized that there was 250 kids there. You know, I mean, it's just
we can't wait.
They're all well behaved.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good time.
All right, so Manuel is one of our loyal viewers here. He says that if you check Dylan Hubbard's page, he has one on Sunday. It's like a friendly protest, hands across the sand. That'll be out.
Nice.
That'll be out there at John's Pass.
Thank you for that info.
So anybody that's interested in that, I would definitely, you know, especially Dylan Hubbard, man, he goes above and beyond when it comes to conservation. I mean, he travels all over for meetings.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And you know
we see him all the time.
We talk, you know, we talk about him a lot because, you know, his whole family business is a commercial business.
Yep.
And you know, when you look at a lot of these meetings, it's usually the commercial fishermen against the recreational fishermen. There's because the commercial guys have to have their limits. And in that perspective, it makes the limits smaller for the recreational guys. And, you know, one thing I can always say about Dylan is he advocates for just the fishermen in general. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's obviously looking out for the commercial side of it, but in the same token, he cares so much about the fishery itself that, you know, he's there for the recreational anglers as well.
He is.
I remember Dylan running around the docks when I worked at Hubbard's back when Josh worked there.
Oh, yeah.
Little Dylan, and now he's running the show.
Yeah, and he does a really good job at it.
He does.
He's been on our show a few times, and you know, he's a encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to the fishing industry.
Oh yeah, yep.
The history. I mean, just even going all the way back to the history of Hubbard's. You know, I mean, he just knows, you know, everything about his craft. You know,
he definitely does.
Yeah, he was actually. He ended up having another engagement this weekend, but he usually comes out to FishKids as well and sets up and does little seminars and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
So he usually gives away some charters and stuff like that. You guys are actually donating some charters to the raffle table as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
So the kids that come out and fish, they'll be entered in for the drawing, and and they get a chance to go fishing with you guys.
Come out with us and hang out and have a good time.
And listen to the comedian.
Yeah, exactly. You should see his dance. He's got a little dance, but we won't go there. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's funny. We're gonna take a quick thing here. We're gonna bring in our sponsors. Like to do that about halfway through. Can't believe we're already halfway through the show. All right. Nope. That's not what I want. Man. See, now this is where Jason would be heckling me right now.
I can heckle you if you want. I mean,
you're in your technology.
I throw shots at this guy all day long.
All day.
Oh, that's why.
That's what makes the day go faster.
I gotta come over here.
That ain't catching fish.
Hey, there we go. All right. So this episode of FPN Outdoors is brought to you by Coastal Wealth. Go to mycoastalwealth.com. Get your financial future in check. Go talk to Coastal Mike. He'll actually be at FishKids, and they've got a program they're running with Angler Armory, which is another one of our sponsors, and they're teaching kids how to save money. Speaking of Angler Armory, anglerarmory.com. Become a member for $65. Kids are free. They've got a ton of giveaways they do. Angler Armory is a co-host of FishKids as well, so we always thank them. They run the whole tournament side of the event. We're also brought to you by Atlas Tracks, atlastracks.com. You can actually track our trailer to the parking space usually. This thing is tracked, and we also have the Atlas Tracks alarm as well. Go to atlastracks.com. And Gellux at gellux.com, your LED lighting for your boat and your docks. Go to gellux.com. And that's it. So usually Jason does it, so he's got all kinds of funny antics that he does. So, all right. So, where was I? See, I went to sponsors and I totally clammed up. See, this is where Jason comes in. He always keeps me on track.
People asking for Chris to dance.
What's that?
On the Facebook, they're asking for him to dance.
Oh, that's John. John Brooks.
John, we'll text you the dance. We'll text you. You don't want to see it, buddy. You'd be embarrassed.
Manuel says at least Jason's not here playing with the microphone.
I was purposely trying to not let John find the link because
that's right. You did mention that.
He told me he was going to heckle me on the show.
You did mention that.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, but I got to give a lot of props to my friend John. If it wasn't for John, I wouldn't know half of what I'm probably 90% of what I know. So that's
you were telling me a couple of stories about John and wade fishing and all kinds of stuff earlier.
We've been caught out in storms, out on I don't want to say any spots, but we've been caught out in some places where we were way offshore wade fishing, and storm blows up over us, and you can see the distance between me and Anthony. I couldn't see John standing right there. Are you still there, man? And all of a sudden, out comes the saying, well, you're more likely to get bit by a shark than you are to get struck by lightning. A couple hours later, we're surrounded by sharks trying to fend them off as we're bringing in 20-inch, 22-inch trout. And then the saying changes over to, you're more likely to get struck by lightning than you are to get bit by a shark. So you know how that goes.
He still wants you to dance.
That one was for my son, Aiden.
There you go. There you go.
That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
good times.
So, you guys, in your inshore, so you guys more cut bait? We were talking a little bit earlier in the show. Cut bait versus live bait versus artificial.
I would say I am pretty much the dead bait king at Tampa Bay. That's, we use it it's on my boat about 95% of the time.
It's always on the boat.
It's always on the boat.
We're not afraid to if we're not afraid that we're not going to say that it works all the time in every position, every situation. If we have to, we're not afraid to change it up.
Okay.
But I can tell you that your big fish.
It produces big fish. It produces big fish.
It really does.
I've always, I've done some live baiting. I've never done a whole lot of dead baiting. And then, of course, I've done a ton of, artificial.
Mm-hmm.
You guys mess with artificial at all?
I started off. Shout out to John. A lot of jigging, a lot of plugging. And I still do. And when I'm
for trout.
When I'm on my own
for trout. And
my own skiff, and
it's hard to. Sometimes it's hard to throw lures, artificials on the boat,
especially when you've got people that aren't proficient at chucking.
Yeah.
And it's a safety factor. You don't want.
This is true.
You got 6 people on the boat. You're running a 6-person charter, and you got 6 people throwing treble hooks. Somebody's getting one in an ear and a finger, and
Yeah.
and it's
So
there's a safety factor to it.
Each other in an armpit at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, same time. Me and his father told him like, "Hey, watch it.
You
watch
have
it,
to
watch it,
look
sure enough.
behind you.
Yeah.
You know.
Watch what you're doing." And that was the end of that with the whole artificial thing.
So there's reading the clients, seeing what they can and they can't do when you first start. I mean, don't get me wrong. I never want to bash a client. Clients are great because that's what keeps us in business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most
But
definitely.
I can do this and I can do that, and it comes up and it's time to chuck something up under a dock and it's in the guy's boat.
Little in the tree, out of the tree, on the dock, off the dock.
But we have fun.
We
with
all
it,
know
though.
we
have
like
fun with it.
catching squirrel fish for bait.
Yeah.
That ain't the type of squirrel fish you're getting up in the tree.
Yeah, it happens. It is what it is. We have a fun time with it. It's not, it's not a big deal if it happens.
Just deal with it.
You just deal with it and keep on going.
Part of the game.
Yeah.
Part of the game.
John says cut is king in the spring.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Cut is king in the spring.
He's absolutely
Stop
right.
giving it all away, buddy.
Pat,
Cut's also king in the fall.
Patty says, tell Chris the CEO is watching.
Yeah.
Hi, adopted mom.
Oh, jeez. But
Oh.
yeah,
Hey, it's funny
Hold
that
on. See, this is what I love about watching Facebook. John says, ask Chris about me trolling him through the shark hole.
it's not funny. It's not funny.
Well, I don't know. He has LOL written out the back end of that, so
Yeah,
it's got
so-
to
I
be
don't think I've
something.
heard
So-
this one. Let's hear this
Okay,
one.
so we're coming
This is a
in.
good one.
We were waiting in a certain spot. Once again, I'm not going to give the name of the area away, but
We'll
it's
call it the shark hole.
yeah, it's there's a sandbar that runs pretty decent ways off of shore in a certain area, and the bite was hot. The bite was hot. We stayed out there past dark, and we're coming in, and I know where the trough. I know there's a small area
Mm-hmm.
that you have to be on, probably about as wide as this trailer,
Mm-hmm.
to make it in if the tide's up. Even if the tide's down. John starts cutting in. I'm like, this is too shit. You're cutting in too early. No, I'm good. We're good. Now, who do you think, being the him being at the time the master and I'm the grasshopper,
Yeah.
who do you think's carrying the stringer of fish?
The
This
grasshopper.
guy.
The grasshopper.
Right? So he decides to cut in early, but he cuts just enough out of the hole to where as I'm following him because it's dark. This is before we had headlamps and all that stuff had started coming out,
Uh-huh.
and I'm trying to keep an eye on him. I walk right through this hole about up to here in the middle of night with probably about, like I said, we weren't back then it was keep your limits and stuff, with probably 8 trout on the stringer and a couple reds. And I'm walking through this hole while I'd already told I'm going to troll a pinfish in as we're walking in here at night. So I get through the hole, which is great. We're walking. Wham! I get slammed. This fish was so big, and I don't, to this day, neither me or John know exactly what it was, that when it hit and took off and went across that one trough I told you if that was shallow, you heard it bottom out and have to flop to get off.
Oh, dear.
Back across, and then just started spooling me.
Oh.
And we were just like, big bull shark? Yeah, and I just walked through that hole.
Yeah, he says it was neck deep.
It was. Well,
neck deep.
he's 6'3". For me, 5'8". It was not neck deep. It was eyeball deep.
Oh, goodness gracious. I
man.
love hearing stories like that. That is...
Oh, we got a few more.
Yeah, got some good ones.
So it's got to be entertaining though. In the charter businesses, you've got to get customers of all kinds out there.
You have no idea. You have no idea. We laugh so much. Just I don't know on the clients. Some of the clients that come in, it's their stories. You know what I mean? Their stories is what make us laugh.
And then they make stories to tell stories for the next other trips.
About a month ago, we caught a Goliath group. we caught a Goliath.
You're going to tell that story, Captain Nip?
There you go.
So this we're out at the St. Pete Reef, and these people just wanted to catch meat. So we
got mangrove snapper coming. I mean, 17, 18-inch mangrove snapper coming in the boat.
We're bringing in mackerel, whatever. They just wanted some fish.
Yeah.
So we're whatever, and we said, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and drop a whole shad down.
Yeah.
Cut. Oh, oops! I didn't tell you what the bait was. Anyway, we dropped this shad down on the big rod, and we said, hey, maybe we'll get a big gag, or possibly a Goliath that we'll be able to, just take a picture with and send him on his way. And this rod just goes, boom! Anthony grabs the rod, starts cranking, and it's trying to dig, and he's got the rod up here, and the shirt gets caught in the reel and rips off a perfect hole. And all you can see, I got pictures of it if y'all want to see it. It's a perfect hole right here. Not to get, I know this is a PG-13 show, but it was a perfect nip. All you can see. So for the rest of the trip, the clients are, hey, Captain Nip.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh
my gosh! And of course, Captain Nip got wrote on the review.
Yep. The client wrote Captain Nip, and then Anthony's like, "Mom, I had to my oh, that's our CEO, CFO. I had to throw that expensive Huck shirt you bought for me away. Well, why, Anthony? I got it caught in the reel, and it ripped off a perfect hole where my nipple was." I'm like, well, aren't we going to lunch for a business meeting today? Why don't you wear that shirt?
Oh, God.
Man.
That's great.
Yep.
That's what I love about fishing is just all
you
the...
never know what happens.
You never know what's going to happen.
You never know. Every day is different, and that's what makes... That gives me the drive every single day to get up in the morning. Hey, let's meet some people and have a good day.
Fishing with us is, hate to take something from Forrest Gump, but it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Hell, that was every weekend fishing for me and my dad. I could tell you some stories with my dad and I and fishing and just him and his buddy Bob. Now you want to talk about frickin' frack? His buddy Bob, the two of them, when you got them together on a boat, oh my word, the stories that you would come home with were just priceless. And we're gonna have to get together because Jason and I want to do a storyteller show.
Oh, let's
we were talking about that.
Let's do it.
We definitely need to get together. We'll get a bunch of guys together
and
do a storyteller show because
we'll have a good time.
That's gonna be fun. John Brooks says he needs a Gills shirt.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
You still repping that?
Apparently he's all up there on there. So. So you guys, how can people follow you?
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. It's Pocket Change, Inshore Fishing Charters. We're on the web also. It's fishtampabaycharters.com. We also have a YouTube channel as well, or give us a call. Give us a call also. I mean, we'll get you on the fish. That's for sure.
We're working on possibly with your help. Trying to do like a live feed from the boat too eventually. Isn't that something that we're...
Yeah, we want to try to do a live feed.
Yeah, we can definitely work. We'll get you guys set up with that.
Yeah, we want to do a live feed and work on something like that. So
yeah, that would be, you talk about fun. You get to experience those stories live.
The thing is, it's like, the guests that come on the boat and their families that's sitting at the hotel waiting for them to get done. Yeah, they could just sit there and watch us, watch the whole fishing trip if they want to.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool aspect to it. Yep. That's kind of a cool aspect.
We got some stuff in the works for it.
And you can come out, you can check them out. You can come see them at the FishKids event this Saturday. They're going to be out there on the field with their boat, so you can come check out the
check it out.
The boat that's what is it certified?
ADA compliant.
ADA compliant
ADA
for
compliant. We'll have
wheelchairs.
Yeah, we'll show you guys how it works.
Trying to have a demonstration of a wheelchair strapped in and showing how it.
That's really cool.
Yeah. We'll have some pictures and a lot of pictures and stuff, and that way everybody can see how it works and how videos.
You got that's right. You guys have a little TV with some videos and stuff.
Yeah, we got some videos and.
Just when Anthony asked me to come aboard and do this, I'd been in the restaurant business and I still do that a little bit, but I didn't know how gratifying it was going to be when we get certain clients on the boat and like we were all talking before the show, and you see that face light up when they sometimes it's not even to us, it would just be like, it's another fish, but to them that's a memory.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to give you a little bit of thanks for letting me come aboard and
you're welcome.
And get that type of
you're welcome.
that type of gratification on a daily, not every day, but on a daily basis to
no, you're welcome.
feel like what I'm doing is more than just
we're doing it for a cause.
Yeah, exactly.
We're doing it for a cause.
I mean, we're paying the bills, but it's also for a cause.
Like I said, if you're 100% disabled veteran, you fish for free on my boat. That's all there is to it. There's no, if you have a child that has, a medical condition, they fish on my boat for free. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm there for everybody. So.
Yeah, Bear Starkey says, "Wait till you see those faces light up this weekend." Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of smiling faces this weekend.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Yeah,
cannot wait. Definitely cannot wait.
Hey, even the lovely lady that was on the boat today, boy, she lit up when she hooked into that. When she hooked into that almost 40-inch red, it was like, whoa.
Oh,
what do I got on? It was like, she goes, I can't handle it. Here, give it to her husband. She's like, I just can't do it.
First she hands. I'm like, hey, I'm not here to reel in fish. Somebody better come up here and reel this fish in. So I'm sitting there just basically holding him out of the mangroves. And then finally her husband got up. I'm like, here you go. And I was like, all right, now just
baby it. Take your time.
Yeah, work, reel down to him. Don't yank the rod back. Just pull that rod back.
Yeah, just not far enough to Captain Nip it, though.
Yeah, no.
No,
we didn't want no cap. No more Captain Nip. This has got to be a PG trip.
PG trip. Oh, my God.
So we've got Matt Royce is asking, do we think the Skyway Pier would be safe to fish Saturday morning? I'm gonna say Saturday morning. I think you're probably still okay.
Yeah, I would say so. I would definitely say so.
I would definitely. Yeah, it's right there. It's in Anna Maria. But I think by Saturday you're good. I don't think we're gonna have. I mean, if it continues to move north, I don't think we're gonna have to worry about it for at least another couple weeks.
Yeah.
It does slow move. So I think we'll be okay in this area for at least a few more weeks.
I agree. I could agree with that. Yeah.
I'm hoping that if it does come this far north, that it'll pretty much try and stay as much off the beach, or at least on the coast, and not come all the way up into Tampa Bay. So all we can do is just kind of keep our fingers crossed.
Keep our fingers crossed. And
yeah, he's asking if he thinks he can still keep bait alive. Yeah, you're fine in the Skyway area for now.
We're keeping.
I mean, as long as you're staying on the north side for sure. I mean, the south side Skyway Pier, you're over there, you're probably still okay. But you tend to have that it's kind of right around the corner from Anna Maria, so there could be some small traces of it in that area over there. So I would stay on the north side. But what was I going? For those you were talking about being in the restaurant business. I wanted to throw a shout out to Carrabba's over in Tyrone, because they jumped on board as a sponsor for our volunteers. They're going to be catering some food in for our volunteers, and if anybody is interested in volunteering for FishKids, you can go to fishkids.org. There's an actual tab there on the main page for volunteer sign up. And come on out, because I got to tell you, it's a really gratifying. We talk about the smile on the kids' faces, but we do this on pretty much a $0 budget, and we make this the best possible experience for these kids. So there's many guys or gals that we can have to come out and help these kids fish and teach them something. It's always appreciated. We've got a ton of new sponsors that came in. Furman Ford is bringing some raffle prizes. If you want to donate to the raffle, you can contact myself at paul@fpnbroadcasting.com. You can just message us on the FishKids 2018 event page. Like I said, last year we probably gave away about $5,000 in raffle prizes.
Wow, that's really nice.
Every kid that fishes the event gets a wristband this year, and there's going to be a number on it, and that coincides with a number in our raffle bin. And for the most part, I think just about every kid walked home with something last year. Yeah. And every kid that fishes, FishBrain has come on as a big sponsor this year. Every kid that fishes the tournament and registers into the tournament will get a voucher to claim for a 1-year premium subscription, which I think
Oh,
is
wow,
like
that's really
$30
good.
or something
Yep.
like
yeah,
that.
that's a good
That's
deal.
really
and,
cool.
and that's a really
That's
good
awesome.
tool.
That's really
And
good at Fish
so
Brain.
yeah, that's every
I
kid.
might have to shave my beard and shave down real close. Maybe I
There
can
you-
get
there
in.
you
I
go.
want to get me a Fish Brain premium subscription,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or possibly win that Gerald McCoy.
I'm telling you,
autograph
like
football
that.
right
That's,
there. Yeah, I was
that's
looking
some
at
nice
that.
stuff there.
It is.
We got some new style trophies thanks to Mike Keyser from Angler Armory. He made all of the and Construct One Services. He made all the
Did a really
trophies
good
this
job
year.
on it.
Yeah, those
Real-
things are
really
those are
nice.
nice.
Yep, and then the Folsom Group donated over 36 rods, rod and reel combos for the kids.
Nice.
Tons of raffle prizes coming out. Make sure you sign the kids up. FishKids.org is the website.
How can you not?
Yeah,
How
Yeah.
can you not? If you got
It's
nothing
go-
going,
it's going for a
if you
good
got nothing
cause.
going on this Saturday,
Yeah.
this is where you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on out.
This is where you need to be.
oh yeah. I mean, I think
Take a break from Fortnite, kids. Let's go.
There.
I'm telling you,
There
man.
you go. There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, and
Yep.
and you know it's funny because we knock on wood, we talk about being on a boat with inexperienced fishermen and hooks flying and everything else.
Oh yeah.
I have to say that in 2 years, we're in our third year doing this, we've never had an issue. They're all very conscientious and
That's good. That's really good.
Well, in the last year we had so many kids, we were just like elbow to elbow, and by splitting the heats this year, I think that's it's gonna give us some more fishing room, and it's gonna allow the kids that aren't fishing to hang out with our vendors, and while the other kids are fishing, and then we kind of vice
Flip
versa
it.
swap it. So I'm looking forward to it. There's definitely go to fishkids.org and check out all the vendors. There's an event schedule. Actually, I think I have I have it up here on my thing here. So gates are going to open up at 8 a.m. and our fishing tournament Heat 1 starts from 10 to 10:45, and Heat 2 from 11 a.m. to 11:45. We'll start the ceremonies at 9 a.m. So we officially will kick off Fish Kids at 9 o'clock. You'll be able to start checking in. My good buddy Gene Hammond was supposed to send me a message with our name of our national anthem girl, and he has yet to do that. So, but we will have the national anthem live.
Oh, very nice.
The Knights
Good.
of Columbus will be presenting. I should say a combined color corps of the Knights of Columbus and the Boy Scouts will be presenting colors.
Very good.
And then we have the demo area, or the demo for the Madeira Beach Fire Department at 12:30, and keeping our fingers crossed that we don't have any issues with operational command, but Coast Guard SAR demo at 1 o'clock, and then we'll kick off the awards and kids raffle right around 2. And but we've got a full list of our vendors for this year. The full schedule's out, so if you got any questions, you can jump on the page.
I think Anthony said if the something happens with the person for the national anthem, I think he said he would.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
He'd
good.
jump in
I'm
there and
good.
sing
no,
it.
I'm good. My voice is,
Well,
I don't have that great of a voice, Chris. Not like yours.
So I gotta tell you guys a story from last year. So last year we didn't have anybody to sing the national anthem, and so last minute we're scrambling trying to find a national anthem to play, and of course, probably in my opinion the best national anthem of all time was Whitney Houston.
Got to go with Whitney.
Gotta go with Whitney, right?
The 25th Super Bowl here in Tampa.
yes. Yeah.
Right when Iraq War was first, or Desert
Yep.
Storm.
Desert Storm. So we load and queue up Whitney Houston's national anthem on YouTube, and our good friend from Angler Armory, Mike Keyser, is running the soundboard back there, and he had it on his phone, and he's playing it, and we're 3/4 of the way through this, and she gets to the part where it goes, and the rocket's red glare, and then he's got this like alarm sound for his text message, so all you hear is glare, chirp, chirp. And then there's like a slight pause to come back to it, and then it continues on. I'm like, we all sat there. He's behind the raffle table laughing, and we're all sitting there with our hands over, trying not to laugh. And it was just,
Oh,
it was
jeez.
funny, man. It was crazy. So,
Wow.
I guess Heath Smith says Sunday at 10 is the Hands Across Florida event supporting the awareness for
Was
Lynn
that
Chubby.
you said Heath
Heath?
Smith?
Heath, yeah,
Is that Heath Smith that used to work at Carrabba's Heath Smith?
it could be.
If it is, go ahead and give a shout out to my buddy there. If that's you. He'll know. You going gray still, buddy?
Oh man. Oh, that's funny. Hey, Gene comments in LOL, sorry. Robin. Okay, so Robin is going to be our national anthem girl. So
Nice.
Well, Anthony might duet with her.
It's like this all day. It's like this all day. I can never get away from it, you know?
That's funny. So again, where can our followers get you?
Pocket Change Inshore Fishing Charters on Instagram, Facebook, FishTampaBayCharters.com website. YouTube is Fish Tampa Bay Charters on YouTube. That or just give me a call and, we'll get you out.
Why don't you give your number out?
Yeah, 727-432-6446.
There we go. There we go. And you can find everything FPN Outdoors related on our Facebook, our YouTube, Instagram, iTunes. We're all over the place. Anything you can find a podcast.
We also write an article every month in the Coastal Angler magazine.
Oh, very good.
Yep,
So you can check them out there too.
Yep, we're always in there, and we do really, really give some good tips in there. So,
all right. See,
very articulate writing.
They let out a couple secrets there. There you go. All right, so that's our show for tonight, folks. Again, come on out to FishKids this weekend, Saturday, from 8 to 3, and even if you're not gonna partake, just come
hang out and see the vendors.
Come out and hang out.
Chris will dance.
I did forget.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get up on stage and do a dance.
I did forget to mention that the Madeira Beach Softball and Recreation Department will be selling hot dogs, hamburgers, water, soda, and then they're also taking donations. They have beer there as well for donations, and all of that money goes to the kids for their softball stuff. Reeling Freedom will be out there. Can't forget Reeling Freedom.
Yep.
They'll be out there with their stuff to raise money for the foundation. And I forgot to mention we have the Reeling Freedom Warrior Shootout coming up in October 28th. It'll be coincide with the Battle of the Pass.
Yep, we're in that.
And we're guaranteeing $5,000 first place. So this is for an inshore slam tournament photo release. $5,000 purse.
Looking forward to that.
You can go to reelingfreedom.com and click on the tournament tab to get all the information there. And we've already had some people registering so far. So again, we'll see you all this weekend. And we'll catch you guys later. Tight lines, everybody.